Hey, what's going on guys? Pro builder ZakuAurelius here to share with you another insider tip on how to break down your boxes to make them a little bit easier to store. Now, you got your kit all built. It's looking good, it's looking fresh, maybe you want to store that up on your shelf, but you got a couple little accessories here you want to keep. You want to keep the manual and stuff, you want to keep your box, so that's just taking up a lot of empty space. Or maybe you're like me and you just want to keep the kit in the box until whenever someday in the future you actually think you might want to paint the kit. Either way, this box is now taking up a whole lot of empty space here that is just unneeded on your shelf. So especially if you're like me and you got a lot of these boxes, that's going to be a lot of wasted space up there on your shelf. Now, what can you do about that? Well, if you're also like me, you don't really care about preserving the box, you don't really have any aversions to partially destroying the box, well, this is what I do. I basically break the boxes down into about a third of the size of what they are going to be. So here's what you're going to need: a ruler, some scissors, a pencil, and on this one actually the cuter the pencil the better, and then a stapler. So Bandai boxes here on the side end up being right about 19 centimeters across. And yes, this entire video is going to be in centimeters. Those of you in the US, get good. And so you're storing the boxes up on the shelf like this. Basically what I want to do is make them half the size of this. So half of 19, we're going to go with 9.5. So I'm going to go around here over here onto the side. And I try to pick a side that has a good picture because this is now what I'm going to be seeing on the shelf when I look at my shelf here. So I'm going to go 9.5. and make a mark here. Obviously on black, not going to be the easiest thing to see, but you can see it on there well enough. And then down here on the bottom, on the inside of the box as well, going to make another mark there at 9.5. Over on the other end here, I cut out these corners first, just because it makes it a lot easier when this is just not getting in your way. Now, right at 9.5 where we made our mark there, just cut up the side of the box, down here as well. Cut straight up through that. Now this part is going to fold underneath here to make the new side of the box, so basically you need to cut it right here. I really hardly ever get too technical with it by measuring that. I just kind of guess about kind of where that's going to be, and it should be probably something about like that. Should be well enough. It doesn't have to be perfect really at this point. And then just cutting through the main front of the box. Now we really don't need all of this part to fold under, so I'll just cut some off there as well. Same thing on the other side. And so this is what you're going to have left over. Basically you turn these to the inside, fold that over like that. Here's where you take your stapler, just line that up, pop one staple in this side, one staple in that side, get your crease there nice and straight. And there you go, this is our new top of the box there, and this is what we're going to be seeing on our shelf. We can clearly see what the kit is, it's all good, we don't need to see this full end of the box there. I'm going to just kind of dump that stuff out for the time being, and basically repeat the same process on the bottom side, just to make sure that it's not too tight in there. Rather than 9.5, I usually put the bottom at a half a centimeter less, so I'm going to put this at 9. And then down here as well, 9, and basically repeat the same cutting process on this one. And there you go, there's our new bottom of the box, so be sure to just drop your accessories in there, make sure you don't miss anything. Now this method might not work exactly like this depending on the size of the kit, so you have to be aware of that. If it's an especially big kit that won't fit into this now very small area, you have to consider that now. So like for this one, it's going to be a little bit tight, so just to make that easier, I'm going to take one arm off and just pop him in there like that. Now he's good and safe. I'll take the manual and fold this in thirds. Drop that in there, pop the top back on, and there you go. Now our kit is stored nice and safe, and it takes up 1/3 the amount of shelf space than it did before. And the most important step, guys, here, do make sure that you recycle your leftover cardboard. So thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.